You're listening to The Monetized Mom, the podcast that teaches moms of faith how to monetize their expertise online to create influence, impact, income, and more importantly, financial independence. I'm your host, Flo Alexander. Let's chat. Hey mama, if you are tuned into this episode, you're probably looking to grow your coaching business. Well, you are in luck. I just released a new training on how to launch a high-ticket program that clients will pay thousands for, even if you don't have your program created. Now, you can access it now at themonetizedmom.com/training. That's themonetizedmom.com/training. Again, that's themonetizedmom.com/training. Now, let's get on with the show. Now, we should all desire to grow our business. In fact, I believe that God despises when we don't do the work and effort necessary into growing our business. But with that said, how do you actually grow your coaching business? Well, I shared the first way last week. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to go check out last week's broadcast. Or if you're listening to this on the podcast, check out last week's episode. But today I'm going to be breaking down the second way, or the second thing that you need to do in order to massively grow your business. Now, if you are tuning into this, then you're probably a coach or consultant who's ready to actually start making money in your business. And quite frankly, you're tired of your business feeling like a hobby. So if that's the case, in addition to the gems and information that I'm going to share in today's broadcast and episode, I want to invite you to watch my 100% free training where I show you exactly how to create a program or offer that your clients will pay thousands for even before it's created. Okay, so to get that exclusive tea, I want you to type the word invite in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. If you are on Instagram, I want you to DM me the word invite. So if you're on Instagram or listening to this on the podcast episode, I want you to DM me on Instagram the word invite and I will send the link right over. All right, but as for today, let's hop in. So I mentioned that last week, I taught you that if you want to massively grow your business, you need to learn how to ask your clients. Now, if you weren't here last week, ask is a synonym or acronym, not a synonym. It is an acronym. And the first letter A meant to acquire. So the first step in massively growing your business, your coaching business, is you have to learn how to acquire your clients. Now, if you want the juicy details on how to do that, again, go back to last week, either the podcast episode or the broadcast replay. And I want you to listen to that. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can acquire clients without necessarily having to put money into ads. So today we're going to break down the second thing that you need to do, which is the S in that acronym. And now will be a good time for you to take out your pens and your notebooks. Okay. So the second thing that you have to learn how to do immensely well is to actually serve your clients. And I will be real with y'all. Way too many coaches and marketing experts focus heavily on acquiring clients that they forget that you actually have to serve the people that you acquire as clients. Okay. So once you actually get the clients, you actually have to do the service that they hired you for. All right. So imagine being courted in a relationship, right? Being courted by a man, and he pulls out all the stops in the beginning. I'm talking about fine dining. I'm talking about expensive gifts. I'm talking about anything that you can think of. He pulls out all these stops to get you to be his girlfriend, fiance, what have you, only for when it to become official, or even when you guys get married, all of that stops. Now, if that were to happen to you, and to some people it may have, right? You would feel bamboozled, right? Like, what happened to the old person that was pulling out all the stops, doing everything to be able to attract you, right? So when you focus more on getting a client rather than serving them, you've pretty much done the same thing. You've broken trust and the desire for that relationship. So now your client feels like they're unhappy or they want to get their money back. So mastering service should be just as important of an exercise and something that you do within your business as acquiring clients. So I don't know about you, but maybe people don't know how to serve their clients because they actually spend too much time trying to be served. I don't know. IDK, my BFF Jill, right? So you have to get good at actually serving the clients that you acquire, which is what Jesus already told us to do, right? Be a servant, right? You got to be a servant first. So let's break down what it actually means to serve your clients. Because here I am telling you, yeah, you got to first focus on acquiring clients and serving them. But what does it mean to actually serve your clients, right? So there are 4 components or aspects of actually serving your clients with excellence. So the first thing that you got to do is actually focus on onboarding, delivery, support, and offboarding. So we're going to break down each one of those things. All right. So let's start with onboarding. When you're thinking about how to best serve your clients within your business, the first the first interaction that they have with you, obviously outside of you maybe having a call with an enrollment call with them or discovery call, whatever, the first experience that they're going to have with you as a client is the onboarding process. So the question is, what systems and processes do you have in place to effectively and efficiently onboard your clients such that they don't have immediate buyer's remorse? I don't know if y'all have ever been in a situation where you bought something, you spent a significant amount of money on something, and you immediately had buyer's remorse. That is the number one thing that you want to avoid your clients having after they've made that exchange, after they paid you to become a client. You do not want them to have that immediate buyer's remorse. So you have to ask yourself, what systems and processes do you have in place to effectively and efficiently onboard them as clients? So they should immediately feel as though they've made the right decision and that their investment is safe with you. But when you don't have a process in place, that's very hard to convey, right? So when you enroll someone into your program or as a client and you don't have next steps and they don't know what the next steps are, that is an absolute red flag, okay? So start by making sure that their welcome into your program is a red carpet experience. And y'all know me, red is an acronym. So you don't want them to have a red flag, but then you want them to have a red carpet experience. So what do I mean by that? They need to be reassured in their decision. Like they need to be reassured that they've made the right decision. That's the first thing. They need to be excited and welcomed. That's the second thing. They need to be reassured that they made the right decision, and it needs to be exciting and welcoming. And then thirdly, they need details are given on what's next. So you need to provide details on what's next. So they need to have a red carpet experience when they are enrolling into your program or when you onboard them as a client. Reassured in their decision, excited and welcomed, and they are given details on what's next. Okay. So after after you've onboarded them, which is the first step, which is the first interaction that they're going to have with you as a client, after you've onboarded them and they aren't second guessing their decision, it's time for you to actually deliver, right? So they've paid you to deliver some kind of service. If it is your program, that's your program. If it is doing one-on-one work with them, coaching, that's the service that they have invested for you to deliver. So you got to make sure your delivery is on point. Delivery is you actually giving them what they paid for. That's the bare minimum, right? Just giving them what they paid for. But it's not just giving them what you said you would, but it's also doing it with excellence. Like there's a reason why someone would prefer going to Target over Walmart. The experience is completely different, right? I remember when I first started working like for real, and I was talking to my coworkers and we had all decided like, look, we would just rather go to Target to deal with fights that happen in Walmart, right? They deliver the same product, but the experience is completely different. So you want to make sure that your delivery is something that is of excellence and something that someone would rather choose yours over someone else. So I won't teach it here, but this is the importance of being clear on your program promise. Like you actually need to sell what you can actually deliver. Okay. So nonetheless, the focus here when it comes to delivery is actually the quality of your delivery. And part of quality is making sure that there is a standard so that everyone has the same level of experience every time. And I think I've shared this story before. I believe it was a book that I read. It was either a book or something that I watched. I think it was more of a book though. But it was talking about this guy. He went to a barber and he was saying the first time that he went, he had a great experience. Like they rolled out the red carpet, right? What I've just told you about the onboarding. They rolled out the red carpet. They served him something to drink. The experience was great. So much so that he came back again. Well, the next time he came, the experience was a lot different. And every time that he would come, the quality of the experience that he had lessened and lessened. So he decided that he was no longer going to go to that establishment. And the reason why they were not able to keep that same quality is because they did not have a standard. So you have to have a standard within your business on how you want to serve people so that everyone can have that same level of experience every time. And every time they actually interact and engage with you, they can expect the same experience. So back when I was an engineer in my corporate days, my job literally for almost a decade was to improve quality and cost by removing variations within the process. So making sure that everything stayed within certain controls. In other words, we had quality standards that ensured that we delivered a consistent product with the same quality to each customer every single time. So making sure we deliver excellence. And again, the only way that you can do that is by actually having a standard. Now, obviously, I'm not asking you to be an engineer here. I went to school for that, and that's why I'm teaching you in a way that you understand in your business. But what I am saying is you have to have a standard within your business. And the way that you have a standard within your business that's going to ensure that you are able to deliver a program or a one-on-one service with excellence is to actually have a framework. So you need a process to ensure that you can hold up your end of the deal. When your client has given you thousands of dollars and invested in you, you need to make sure that you actually have a process and a framework and a standard in place so that you can deliver with excellence. Okay. So first things first, if you want to be able to massively grow your business, one, you got to obviously acquire clients, which is what I talked about last week. But today we're talking about how to actually serve your clients. And I've already talked about having onboarding, right? So there are 4 things that you got to focus on: onboarding, delivery, support, and offboarding. Onboarding, you want to make sure that your client actually has a red carpet experience. What do I mean by a red carpet experience? I mean that they are reassured in their decision. They are excited and motivated. They feel welcome. And last but not least, they need to be detailed. They need to have details on what's next. That's how you give them a red carpet experience. Hey, Janana, thank you for joining. All right. So now once they've onboarded, the next thing that you have to ensure is that you give them excellent delivery. And I just gave you a story about about my background as an engineer, right? So my whole job was to reduce variations within the process so that we could deliver quality every single time, excellence every single time, no matter what customer we were delivering to. So as a business owner, as a coach, as someone who is providing service, you need to have a standard by which you deliver your service or your product. And again, the way that I say that you can ensure that you have a standard is to actually have a framework for how you deliver your services. You need to have a framework. You need to have processes and systems in place so that you have the delivery that is excellent and repeatable every single time. All right? Make sense? Let me know. All right? So then the next thing that you need to do to ensure that you can grow your business is and have excellent delivery is to actually focus on support. All right? So to that end, you have to make sure that you're actually supporting your clients. Again, I told you that delivery is the bare minimum. The bare minimum is you giving them exactly what they paid for. But we're not here to be bare minimum, okay? We are here to give them an excellent experience. So, in addition to actually delivering what they paid for, which again is the bare minimum, we need to also support our clients. There is not a business that I know of or that I have worked for that does not have a customer support department. All right. But here's the thing about those corporations: their support is typically reactive. They are reacting to customer issues, meaning they have someone to address a customer issue. So maybe there was a defective product, or maybe whatever the customer is. Y'all know some of y'all on here probably don't call customer service. All right, I'm one of them, right? So, but the customer service departments within a corporation are typically reactive. But again, we're different, right? We're running our businesses different. So when we are running our business and thinking about customer support or client support, we are not going to be reactive, but we're going to be proactive, right? We want to offer support before something happens. All right. Have you anticipated your client's needs? Outside of the standard process that you walk them through, have you anticipated other needs that they may have? Do you have measures in place to support them and give them the option to seek support? All right. You don't want your clients to feel helpless, because at the end of the day, they've hired you so that they can have help. So if they feel helpless, what was the point? I just wasted 4 figures or more investing in not getting support. Again, it defeats the purpose of them coming to you. So you need to make sure that you have systems in place to support without enabling. That last part, without enabling. You need to be able to support your clients without enabling them, meaning not being a crutch, meaning that they are unable to go be fruitful without you, right? That's some toxic relationship stuff. If you're causing your clients to be enabled and they're dependent on you, you want to be able to support your clients without enabling them. So that can look like consistent check-ins with them. That can look like submission forms. That is what support is, all right? But we're not going to be reactive about it. We want to be proactive about the support that we actually give to our clients. So 3 things that I've already addressed: onboarding, making sure that they have a red carpet experience. The second thing is delivery, going above the minimum of just giving them what they paid for, but actually giving them an excellent experience and a repeatable one by having a standard, right? I talked about why people choose Target over Walmart. The experience, they sell the same exact product. And I've been on the other side of the products that they sell. Or when I was in corporate, I was on the other side. And let me tell you, they be selling the same products and the prices be completely different. But it's about the experience that they are able to give versus one another, right? And then the next thing that I talked about was making sure that you actually support your clients in a proactive way, not a reactive way. Every corporation that you can think of has a support team, right? They have customer support that's reactive, but you want to be proactive in making sure that your clients are well served. And then there's offboarding. Now, this one often gets overlooked, right? Offboarding often gets overlooked. Sometimes, let's be honest, right? You want to be so done with a client, you just like, just bye, last session, bye. I don't want nothing to do with you, right? However, we want to make sure that we are giving an excellent experience from the very beginning to the very end, right? Now, I don't know about you. I gave y'all a story before about, being courted. You want somebody who's going to court you and maintain those things, right? A lot of times what I notice in these internet streets, when it comes to marketing, they teach you how to acquire clients. They teach you how to court. They teach you how to be a good courter of clients. However, they don't teach you how to stay married. Y'all catch my drift? What I mean by that? You've ever been in a situation when someone courted you and they rolled out all the stops, and then the moment you became girlfriend or fiance, and they were just like, they stopped doing all the things they had done to try to get you. We don't want to be those type of business people, right? So I have stories to tell y'all. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I have experienced a breakup in life. And it was one of those the ones that had no closure. I don't know if y'all have experienced that, but I've been through life. I've been here a little bit, right? So it was one of those breakups where it's like via message and there is no close. It just ended and you don't know what happened. It's just like, okay, well, I guess we done, right? So we call those bad breakups. Those are what we call bad breakups, or at least it's on the lower end of the spectrum of bad breakups. So when you are working with your clients or you have a working relationship with your clients and it's coming to an end, even if y'all are not continuing to work together, you still need to end on good terms. Have some closure. We want to be excellent from the very beginning to the very end. And this needs to be built into your client experience. They need to have great service from the time they talk to you on a discovery call or an enrollment call to the very last payment and the last call that they have with you. Do not forget this. It's not just about asking for a testimonial. It's not just about asking for a testimonial. What process are you walking them through to close out the relationship and or determine the next steps, what the next steps are with you? Okay. This is a must. You have to have some kind of onboarding such that your client has a great experience from beginning to end. Again, we're talking about how to serve your clients, how to serve, and we are serving from a different standard. We're not just going to deliver and that's it. We're going to onboard with excellence. We're going to deliver above and beyond. We're going to support, and we're going to also offboard in excellence. Okay. So those are the 4 things that you got to focus on as you are trying to grow your business. Remember, this is a part of a 3-part series. The first part, we're talking about how to grow your coaching business, how to massively grow your coaching business. And the first thing that I said is you have to learn how to ask your clients, and asking is an acronym. The first thing is you got to learn how to acquire your clients. And I broke that down last week. So if you haven't listened to it or watched it, go back to last week's part 1, right? And this week is the S in that. And that is you got to know how to serve your clients. And so in serving your clients, it encompasses how you onboard them, how you deliver what they actually paid for, how you support them, and how you offboard them. Okay. So that's what we talked about today. All right. So again, if you want to massively grow your business, learn how to acquire, learn how to serve, and then come back next week so I can go over the last part. the last part is going to be real good. The last part is going to be real good. So make sure you check back next week where I'm going to wrap up this 3-part series on teaching you how to actually grow your business. As always, I hope that you found this episode helpful. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. And with that, I'll talk to you in the next episode.